I always look at players that can do stuff that ordinary mortals can't.
It's a joy to watch. As a spectator, I enjoy it a lot every time.
Is there more talent than Neymar? I don't know if this exists.
Neymar at his peak when he was at Barcelona.
Project gone wrong. Neymar didn't work out.
I don't care. I think he's overrated. All right.
When I use the word artist, Neymar da Silva Santos Jr. is the only person that pops up. A man that uses the pitch as his canvas and uses his feet as his brush. His body of work might not be as great as some of his peers, but in terms of football ability, he's an artist from a dying breed. Let me take you back to the early 2010s, where a young Brazilian phenom was taking over the world at Santos, calling him the next Pelé and the savior of Brazilian football, which at the time felt like a far cry because there was a long list of highly rated wonder kids that really never hit the heights that was expected, like Robinho, Adriano, Pato, Oscar. But this kid was different. His skills, tricks, technique, he had millions of views on YouTube, with Neymar being one of the first footballers to become a superstar through social media. Everything about Neymar at that time was just special. From his hairdos to his style, he felt like a superstar. But deep down, we didn't really know how great he was. His first ever experience in European football was the tryout at Real Madrid at the age of 15, where he didn't make it. At the end of the day, this is the Brazilian league. How great can you really be? But every time you watched him play, or see his clips on YouTube, you were just mesmerized by his skill. He made defenders look silly. This kid was making grown men look stupid every time he was on the field. Eventually, Neymar had a chance to prove his doubters that he was a genuine talent in the 2013 Confederation Cup, winning the competition as the best player of the entire tournament, demolishing Spain in the finals, and with Brazil looking like a shadow of its glory days. Nonetheless, Neymar single-handedly teared them apart, scoring a beautiful goal and winning the golden ball in the process. Neymar left a lasting impression to the world that he could play with the big boys, and after that tournament, he flew east and joined FC Barcelona. The world was waiting for the most exciting prospect in a decade to take over the world, and at the Camp Nou, he was welcomed with over 65,000 fans. Neymar's Barcelona's career got off to a flying start, to say the very least. Barcelona faced Atletico Madrid in the Super Cup, with the Brazilian subbed in the second half and managed to score a wonderful header at the far post to level the score, which was held until the final whistle. It was certainly the perfect time to score his first goal for the club. Neymar's decisive header was the strike that won FC Barcelona the trophy. Neymar's first ever season in La Liga was relatively slow. He was not given the starting spot from day one, with the manager making him work for it. It was rough at parts, where Neymar even caught crying in the dressing room due to the pressure. But eventually, everything started to come together. The move to Barcelona was never going to be easy for Neymar. He had so many expectations on his shoulders, and the world was waiting for him to fail. Neymar's first season at Barcelona was promising, but frustrating at times, because he was still trying to find his shooting boots for Barcelona. Fans were expecting more goals from the Brazilian, and sooner or later, he had to deliver. After his first season, he went home to Brazil and got ready for the biggest moment of his life, the 2014 World Cup on home soil. Neymar had a beautiful, yet heartbreaking 2014 World Cup. This tournament was important to him, as it was his chance to stand out on home soil, become the face of Brazil. Neymar quickly became Brazil's standout player, showing his skill, flair, and goal-scoring ability. However, his World Cup was tragically cut short. In the quarterfinals against Colombia, Neymar suffered a fractured vertebrae in his back. This injury ended his tournament, dealing a massive blow for Brazil's hopes. Without Neymar, Brazil struggled in the semifinals and suffered an embarrassing 7-1 defeat to Germany. This injury ended Neymar's dream of winning the World Cup at home, and he was out for vengeance. In the following season at Barcelona, he took over the world. The 2014-15 season, Neymar's performance was vital to Barcelona's treble success, as he combined his speed, flair, and goal-scoring prowess to thrive along Lionel Messi and Luis Suarez and the renowned MSN trio. Together, they scored a record-breaking 122 goals across all competition, with Neymar having 39 goals and a host of assists. In La Liga, Neymar's 22 goals helped Barcelona claim the title over Real Madrid, showcasing his consistency in both finishing and playmaking. In the Copa del Rey final, he scored and dazzled with his dribbling in a 3-1 victory over Atletico Bilbao. However, the Champions League run was especially memorable. He scored twice against Bayern Munich in the semi-finals and scored the final goal in a 3-1 win over Juventus, securing Barcelona's 5th Champions League title. Neymar finished the Champions League season with 10 goals, tied as the competition's top scorer beside Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. Made Neymar's treble-winning season one of the most impactful of his career, cementing his legacy at Barcelona. It looked like Neymar was the prince of football. Once Messi and Ronaldo eventually slowed down, Neymar would take the crown and football was in a safe place. The following season, Neymar continued his stellar form at Barcelona, helping the club secure a domestic double by winning La Liga and the Copa del Rey. Building on the success from the previous year, Neymar, Messi and Suarez was unstoppable, with scoring over 130 goals across all competition. Neymar himself scored 24 goals in La Liga as well, playing a crucial role in Barcelona's title win with a 91 finish just ahead of Real Madrid. In this season, Messi suffered a knee injury and was nearly out for 2 months. With Messi out, Neymar stepped up as Barcelona's man, showcasing his ability to lead a team. Neymar shaved his hair, put on black boots, and took all the responsibility upon himself, scoring 13 goals and 9 assists in 8 games. That's 22 GAs in 8 games. I still look at that stat and question how is that even possible. That summer, Neymar went searching for international glory. Neymar achieved his dream of the Olympic gold at the 2016 Summer Olympics in Rio de Janeiro, playing a key role for Brazil's national team. After a strong performance in the group stages and the knockout stages, Neymar saved his best for the final against Germany at the Maracanã Stadium, with Brazil seeking revenge for the 2014 World Cup loss to Germany. Neymar scored a stunning free kick. After a 1-1 draw, he sealed Brazil's first gold medal in men's football by scoring the winning penalty in the shootout, cementing his status as a national hero and enhancing his legacy in Brazilian football. The 2016-2017 season was Neymar's final at Barcelona, and it proved to be memorable, as he delivered some of his best performances and created unforgettable moments, particularly in that Champions League final. In La Liga, he scored 13 goals and provided 11 assists and continued to showcase his playmaking and attacking prowess. Neymar's iconic moment that season came in the Champions League round of 16 against Paris Saint-Germain, a game that became one of the most historic comebacks in football. After losing the first leg 4-0, Barcelona faced an impossible odds in the return leg at the Camp Nou. Neymar was instrumental, scoring 2 and assisting the final goal by Sergio Roberto to complete a 6-1 victory, overturning the deficit and advancing Barcelona to the quarterfinals. Neymar's stunning free kick, a penalty, and assist in the last second were vital in what is remembered as La Remontada. This iconic day is one of the greatest yet self-destructing moments of Neymar's career. Neymar was undoubtedly the star of the night, proving his ability to carry a team on the biggest stage. However, despite his heroics, the media and the fans' focus quickly shifted back to Lionel Messi, who was seen as Barcelona's central figure and main superstar. Neymar was the driving force behind Barcelona's impossible comeback. In the wake of the game, the media spotlight largely returned to Lionel Messi, with an iconic picture of Messi standing on top of the Camp Nou celebrating with fans, making headlines worldwide. Despite Neymar's stunning performance, the narrative remained central on Messi as the hero of Barcelona, and Neymar's role as a secondary story. This reinforced the long-standing issue for Neymar. Even in his most brilliant moments, he was perceived as number 2 at Barcelona. Neymar's ambition was to win the Ballon d'Or and be recognized as the best player in the world, and that required to step out of the shadow. While Barcelona fans adored him, the media and football communities often framed Neymar as part of Messi's driven success, rather than an individual star. And that's where PSG comes in the story. They offered him an opportunity and demonstrated their belief in his ability by making him the world's most expensive player in a record-breaking $222 million transfer. The most iconic front three broken. Neymar got his wishes and became the face of a football club. Neymar made his PSG debut on August 13, 2017, scoring a goal and assisting another one in a 3-0 win, highlighting the hype around Neymar's arrival in Paris. The match was broadcasted in 183 countries. People think that leaving Barcelona is to die, but it's the opposite. I'm more alive than ever. Neymar's debut season at Paris was marked by brilliance and high expectations, as he quickly established himself as the team's centerpiece following the record transfer. He made an instant impact, scoring 28 goals and providing 16 assists across all competition, leading PSG to a domestic treble, which included victories in Ligue 1, the Coupe de France, and the Coupe de la Ligue. Neymar's dazzling performance showcased his skill and creativity, especially in Ligue 1, where he scored 19 goals and assisted 13 times in 20 matches. However, his season took a downturn when he suffered a severe foot injury in February, sidelining him for crucial games, including the Champions League round of 16 against Real Madrid, where PSG suffered an early exit. Despite the injury and disappointment in Europe, Neymar's debut solidifying his role as PSG's main attraction in French football. Neymar finished third in the 2017 Ballon d'Or, and in the same year was ranked the 3rd best football player in the world by The Guardian, both behind Messi and Ronaldo. Neymar fractured his bone in his right foot, which became a common problem in Paris. Despite failing to make another appearance for PSG while recovering from his injury, Neymar ended his first season in Paris with 28 goals in 30 matches, including 6 goals in 7 Champions League matches. A testimony to his success of his debut season, Neymar was awarded the Ligue 1 Player of the Year. Neymar's performance in the 2018 World Cup held in Russia was a focal point for both national team and the tournament itself, after a significant injury layoff in early 2018, which raised concern about his fitness for the World Cup. Neymar returned just to play in time time for Brazil's campaign. His presence was crucial as Brazil aimed to win their 6th World Cup title. Neymar finished the tournament with 2 goals and 1 assist, but faced mixed reactions regarding his performance. While demonstrating moments of brilliance, he also attracted criticism for his antics on the field, for his diving, which became a talking point in the media. Overall, Neymar's World Cup campaign was a mixed bag. While he displayed flashes of brilliance, the surrounding narrative of criticism regarding his behavior, the team's performance, and the expectations placed on him ultimately overshadowed his contribution and left many questioning his status as one of football's elite players. The 2018-2019 season for Neymar at Paris was a year marked by injuries and a resilient title defense. After a challenging World Cup campaign, Neymar returned to PSG with high hopes for the season, but his year was significantly impacted by injuries, setbacks that limited his playing time and effectiveness. Neymar's season began well, but he suffered a foot injury in January 2019, which sidelined him for many weeks. This injury was particularly frustrating as it was similar issues to the previous season, raising concerns about his long-term fitness and his ability to stay healthy. He returned to action in late February, but faced another injury when he was injured in his right ankle during a crucial Champions League match against Manchester United in March. This injury ruled him out of the remainder of the season, accumulating in a disappointing early exit from the Champions League, which PSG was eliminated in the round of 16. Neymar contributed significantly when fit, scoring 13 goals and providing 6 assists in just 17 league appearances. His creativity and his ability to score was instrumental in helping PSG secure the title. Neymar was constantly getting injured, and he had enough. Neymar wanted to leave PSG as he felt referees never protected him. There was jealousy towards him from some teammates. Fans didn't appreciate his talent showcased at PSG, and section of the French media was against him. According to Sky Sport News, Neymar was prepared to pay £20 million of his own money to PSG in 5 installments to facilitate a move to Barcelona. But eventually, Neymar stayed in Paris. In the 2019-2020 season, it felt like Neymar played football consistently. In the 2019-20 season marked a historic moment for Paris Saint-Germain as they reached the Champions League final for the first time in history, with Neymar playing a pivotal role throughout the campaign. After a strong group stages, he shined in the knockout stages, scoring crucial goals and providing assists, including a standout performance against Borussia Dortmund in the round of 16 and a dramatic comeback against Atalanta in the quarterfinals, where he assisted both the equalizer and the winner. In the semi-finals, Neymar continued excelling, contributing to a 3-1 victory over RB Leipzig. With Macron, arguably the most prestigious newspaper in France, were also praiseful of Neymar, considering him the most decisive and best player in the world following that masterclass performance leading up to the final. However, PSG fell short in the final against Bayern Munich, losing 1-0. Although the defeat was disappointing, the season underscored Neymar's world-class talent and leadership, solidifying his status as a key figure in Paris Saint-Germain's ambitious quest for European glory. Neymar put everything out there, and although his efforts, he came up short. And honestly, it felt like Neymar was coming up short every time he played for Paris Saint-Germain, losing the league to Lille the following season, and even more heartbreak with the national team. In the 2021 Copa America final, Brazil faced Argentina at the Maracanã Stadium on July 10, 2021. The match was highly anticipated as it marked a clash between the two South American football powerhouses, and it was especially significant for Neymar, who wanted to lead his team to victory on home soil after previous disappointments in international tournaments. The defeat was a bitter disappointment for Neymar and the Brazilian national team, who had entered the tournament as heavy favorites and had performed strongly throughout the competition. Neymar was vividly emotional after the matches, reflecting the immense pressure and expectation placed on him as the star player. The loss also intensified discussions about Brazil's struggles to secure major international trophies since winning the Copa America in 2019. The 21-22 season was a notable one for PSG, with the high-profile arrival of Lionel Messi joining Mbappe and Neymar to form a brilliant front three. Despite Messi's addition and PSG's stacked roster, Neymar struggled with multiple injuries that limited his appearances and affected the team overall cohesion. Nevertheless, Neymar contributed among those three, helping PSG secure another league title. But PSG suffered a disappointing exit from the Champions League. Despite a strong first leg performance in the round of 16 against Real Madrid, they bottled it. Karim Benzema scored a stunning hat-trick, overturning PSG's aggregate lead and eliminating them with a 3-2 scoreline. The loss highlighted PSG's struggle and consistency with defensive lapse, despite their star power, leading in worldwide criticism and scrutiny of the team's overall balance and chemistry, with pundits alike saying you can't have a front three that doesn't defend. Neymar finished that season with 13 goals and 8 assists across all competition. This was the lowest goal total since moving to Europe in 2013, reflecting a season impacted by injuries and inconsistent team performances. Following a disappointing form in the previous season, with the club changing its transfer policy, Neymar was linked with a potential departure from the club, but the lack of potential suitors broke down a potential move. But the next season, he quickly regained his form from his previous season, starting off the season by scoring a goal and providing a hat-trick of assists. After registering 13 goal contributions in the first 5 games, Neymar was named La Liga Player of the Month in August. By early October 2022, Neymar was considered one of the standout players in Europe and back to his best form, having scoring 11 goals and providing 9 assists in 13 games. The manager praised Neymar for playing his best football. Neymar's form in the first half of the season had him one of the favorites to win the 2023 Ballon d'Or, the perfect form to go into the World Cup. Brazil for the first time in years was the favorites for the competition, ranked number 1 in the world at the moment. Neymar came into the tournament as Brazil's star player, carrying the hopes of a nation to claim their 6th title, with an incredible supporting cast to help him win it all. However, his tournament quickly disrupted when he suffered a painful ankle injury in Brazil's opening match against Serbia, which forced him to miss the next 2 group stages. Despite his absence, Brazil's depth and skill advanced to the next round. Neymar returned to the round of 16, contributing to Brazil's 4-1 victory over South Korea. As a result, he became only the 3rd Brazilian ever, after Pelé and Ronaldo, to score in 3 different World Cups. 4 days later, in the quarterfinals against Croatia. 4 days later, in the quarterfinal match against Croatia, Neymar scored his 77th international goal, equaling Pelé's official goal tally for the national team. Journalist Michael Cox described it as one of the greatest individual goals in football history. Brazil, however, suffered a shocking defeat, losing 4-2 in the penalty shootout following a 1-1 draw after extra time, before Neymar was able to take Brazil's final penalty. Brazil fell short in the penalty shootouts, ending their World Cup run. Neymar's quest for World Cup glory remained unfulfilled, despite his individual milestone and the efforts to lead his team. Coming back to the regular season, a game versus Lille, Neymar suffered another injury. PSG announced that Neymar would undergo surgery in Doha and would be ruled out for the remainder of the season. Neymar's injuries have meant that he's missed over 100 games for PSG since signing in 2017. This led to Neymar missing PSG's second leg of the Champions League round of 16 tie against Bayern Munich, in which PSG ended up being eliminated. After reports that Messi would leave the club following his contract, a group of PSG supporters gathered outside the club's headquarters, protesting against club directions and insulted various figures of the club, including Neymar, and another group of individuals went to Neymar's house and demanding him to leave the club. This was fueled by a perceived lack of commitment and the weight of high expectations placed on him as one of the team's star players. The tension between Neymar and certain fans created a challenging atmosphere and contributed to the narrative that at his time at PSG was coming to an end. Ultimately, this played a role in his decision to leave the club in the summer of 2023. Neymar's time at Paris Saint-Germain was a mix of brilliance and disappointment. Joining PSG in 2017 for a record transfer fee, he was expected to elevate the club to new heights and help them secure a Champions League title, which he showcased moments of brilliance and scoring numerous goals and providing assists, but his time was often marred by injuries and inconsistent performance. He missed 119 games for PSG in total as a result of being injured over 20 times across his 6-year spell, showing a fragility that was not seen either at Barcelona or Santos. James Westwood of Goal wrote that Neymar wasted his best years of his career and that in 2017 he had the world at his feet, playing for Barcelona, throwing away his chances to join Pelé and Messi as true legends of the game by joining PSG. In the summer of 2023, Neymar completed a transfer to the Saudi Pro League on a 2-year contract, joining a list of European players who have signed for the league. The transfer fee was reported to be 90 million, making him the most expensive purchase in the Saudi league. According to The Independent, Barcelona was the only European club who showed genuine interest to sign Neymar. Other clubs turned away due to his high wages and the transfer fee to sign him. Some media outlets criticized Neymar for choosing to not remain in a top European league and dubbed him as the prince who never became king, despite being Brazil's all-time goal scorer. Neymar is criticized by the media for not fulfilling the expectations set at the start of his career, winning the Ballon d'Or and leading Brazil to a World Cup win. Neymar was also criticized for his lack of professional discipline, with his desire to party and play late-night poker games. In 2018, Pelé criticized Neymar. It's difficult to defend Neymar for all the things he does beside playing football. I've been with him in Europe twice. We've talked and I explained, the god of football gave you a gift. What you do complicates it. In February 2023, the day PSG lost to Bayern Munich in the first leg of the Champions League round of 16, images of Neymar in a fast food restaurant surfaced on social media. Neymar defended himself saying, "It's my life, I do what I want." Neymar is now 23 years old and past his prime. The man who was supposed to be the world's best player never had a chance to shine. What if he never got injured? What if he never left FC Barcelona? What if he played in a different era? Neymar embodies the complex nature of sporting greatness. He's captivated audience with his artistry on the field. The prince who never became king illustrates the bittersweet nature of his career. Brilliant, yet unfulfilling. Celebrated, yet criticized. As he navigates this new chapter in his career, the football world watches closely, hopefully that Neymar could still rise to the occasion and fulfill the immense potential that he's been long anticipated. A movie is nothing without its audience, and now I pose the question, what went wrong for the Prince of Football? What went terribly wrong for us to speak about Neymar as a failure? Let me know in the comments below, and let's have a debate and discussion. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.